Uno mas.
Hello there, stragglers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the NerdVibed podcast. It is episode 53. We're getting closer and closer to 60. The voluptuous 60, I guess you could say.
I'm
Um so yeah. Jake, how the fuck have you been?
alright.
That's good.
Um, so yeah, big thing I want to talk about in the podcast. Kind of do a little review. This is gonna be a very difficult review. And I'll explain why. So
Oh yeah.
so so about 3 days ago, the the series finale of The Boys has dropped. Um, this has been a very polarizing season among the fans. Um, Mostly if you go on YouTube, I have not seen anyone say a nice thing about this season whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I did want to talk spoilers, but Matt wants to actually watch the show. So
I'll just like watch videos at full fucking volume and then you can talk about it. And then if you're like talking about spoilers, you can just be like pull the
no,
mic closer. I no like you can talk about spoilers.
no,
Just
it's
like
okay.
watch. It's no like it's okay. I'll watch videos. It's okay. You talk about it. About the boys. Very loud now, so I can't hear you. I actually cannot hear you. I'm like
Okay,
yelling.
okay, okay. So I guess I will
And
go.
also, when you're done talking about the boys, just tap me on the shoulder.
Okay, so I guess I'll just do like non-spoiler first. I'll just talk about the season overall. So this I know a lot of people just really badmouth the season, but I actually really I did like it. I liked it. I just I definitely felt this was the weakest season. Um and I understand people's criticisms, which is just how I just I approach reviewing like differently compared to other people, which does have in fact bothered me a lot because I know I don't want to sound like I'm being like media illiterate or like I'm like too stupid or but yeah, it was all right. I thought it was good, just like not like great. That's just kind of what I for me like good is mid. Like so I know that might be confusing to people, but yeah, it's just, like overall the season I definitely think it had some good moments. Um but yeah, I do want to keep it brief so I can let Matt talk. Um but the finale I did want to talk about. Never got to really discuss the actual spoilers. Um so yeah, I know a lot of people, so I'll start with episode 7 with like the big death of with Frenchie. I I actually did get teared up. I know a lot of people were at this point like didn't really care and were like so done with the show that they just did not care, but I was watching this. um I actually started watching when season 3 came out, and when I watched the first 2 seasons, and I grown to attach to these characters. So I did. Frenchie's death did get me emotional, and like that was a big one. I do. I know this. I think this was in the episode before or that same episode, but yeah, I do understand that the second Black Noir death was fucking bullshit. Yeah, I think the writers just forgot he could fly, and you know, um, but yeah, that um, but yeah, so again, I want to keep this brief, and this will go in. Another thing that I was just like a pretty mad about was the lack of the Gen V kids. I actually do enjoy the first 2 seasons of Gen V, which made me upset that the show got canceled. Because I did want to see what like what the world looks like after the events of season 5. Um but so the lack of them and just the treatment of them, which I'll get into like when I talk about the actual finale, is which I'm going to do right now. Um so I understand, like I said, when I approach media, I rate it on how much I enjoyed it. I don't think of like the nitty gritty, I should say. I look at it as a pure consumer, like enjoyer kind of mindset. But when I hear like people criticizing and giving their points, I do agree with them. But it's just I think our conclusions are just different. That it's like I understand there are flaws, but I do end up enjoying it in the end. Um, so, but yeah, so the finale. I know a lot of people. It seems very mixed. Some people are like it was okay, and some people just flat out hated it. I liked it, and personally, with how the direction of the season was going, I think it could have been a lot worse. Um, but I did like it, and I did feel like it. I did enjoy the conclusion. Um, so a couple things, and there were just I'll get into it, but so all right, so I know I'm kind of doing this on the fly, which usually if this was something like this, I would do a fucking script, but so I will jump into like now the spoilers. So 3, 2, 1. If you did not see the clip, there was the two big deaths in the last episode. There was actually three big deaths. Um, that being Butcher, the Deep, and Homelander. Um, I with both the Deep and the Home, I was like grinning ear to ear with both Homelander and Deep's death. I know a lot of right winged people are just like not I didn't the right wing people were like really complaining about it and calling it character assassination, but I was grinning ear to ear watching Homelander be depowered and crying and sniveling like a little sissy wissy. Um, it just made sense, and so I do want to like. So a lot of people don't explain why, but so a lot of people just don't do this, but a lot of people just don't pay attention to like the previously on, and they literally tease you about like what's gonna happen in the episode, and they literally showed the flashback. Well, not a flashback, but they showed a clip of season 2 when Doppelganger um did Homelander. Um, and another a reason why there's like kind of two reasons why Homelander killed Doppelganger in that scene. One was just like Homelander says himself, like I don't need anybody. He was just kind of having this like thing. And then two is Homelander did not like the idea of being like submissive and like subservient. So he that kind of like disgusted him. So it made sense for him to die being that submissive and subservient. Um like I genuinely laughed out loud when he's like, "I'll suck your dick." um I'll eat your fucking shit. It was so fucking funny. And I just could not imagine a great way to go. Um, it just made sense, and I don't understand why people are complaining because this is just I think like I know you. I hope like everyone can agree. Like you can like say this finale was bad or things, and I do think there were some things that I just like were questioning. Um, like why would Starlight throw Deep into the ocean when she didn't know that he was banned? He got shadow banned from the water. Um, yeah, and I'll talk about the final fight too. But yeah, like there was some times where I had questions, and But yeah, like I think overall, I think most people agree like that was, unless you're like some right winger on Twitter, you think that was probably the best scene because it made the most sense and it was satisfying as fuck. See Homelander depowered and pretty much being so fucking scared. Um, and I was like, even though I like Deep as like, because sometimes he is generally, even though I know he's like, he actually is like a piece of shit, like, he is genuinely can be so funny at times, but I was grinning ear to ear when Deep died as well. Um, so another thing that I do wish the final fight, and this leads back to what I was talking about earlier with the Gen V kids. I just wish there was more people involved in the final fight. It was just Butcher, Kimiko, who now has Soldier Boy's chest blast, and Ryan, and I just wish there was more people involved in that final fight. Like, I just don't like the fact that, and this just goes with the season as a whole. It's just I wish I did not like the direction it went. Like, I still liked it, but I just wish it. I was expecting a different direction because like they built up Marie as being in Gen V. They built her up as being just as, if not more powerful than Homelander, but she's not in the final fight. Like everyone wanted to see if she could actually do something to Homelander, and we will. I guess we'll never know. In the words of Kanye. Um. So yeah, that sucks. And like again, I did like literally had an issue with like the first episode because I did not like that the Flight 37 video got leaked in like the first 5 minutes of like the episode, and then just being like, oh, it's AI. But it's like when you go back to like season two, that was pretty much the Pandora's box of things on Homelander. That it's like if that got out, he would lose his fucking shit. Which speaking of, I know the show was building up that he was like gonna have a crash out, but he kind of did have one when he was doing like the speech thing. But yeah, I know we were expecting like scorched earth and like, which yeah, I'm glad I did not see the posters because yeah, I understand why people feel like they were set up. I that's why I avoid like marketing and trailers and stuff because I want to come into like a piece of media unbiasedly and with false expectations because that's just what fucking happens, man. They will always try to mislead you. And it does is unfortunate. So like I said, I did like it overall, but I wish the season could have I if I would have I know I'm like not a professional, but like if I was in charge, I would have done things differently. If I was like a writer or like in the writers room, I would have approached it differently. I wouldn't have had like the Flight 37 video be leaked at like the end of episode 7, and then episode 8 is just like Homelander on a fucking rampage, and then having like Marie, Ryan, Butcher, pretty much everybody, a bunch of other soups like trying to like hold Homelander down while Kimiko, maybe Soldier Boy, which is another thing. I did not like that Soldier Boy just got fucking choked out in episode 7, and then that's just the end of his character. Like it's I couldn't I honestly my two favorite characters in the boys is like Soldier Boy and MM, and they did Soldier Boy fucking dirty. Like he was constantly flip flopping his allegiance, and all he was there to do was just set up the prequel series, which, as of recording, the prequel the prequel series, like the trailer dropped, that's coming out next year. I know a lot of people are not going to be probably watching it now after the finale, but I definitely will be because to see more Soldier Boy, and definitely see if, and that was another thing too, is just like they were also setting up and I guess they wanted to keep it ambiguous of like two things. Two like popular fan theories with the same character, Stormfront. That being if Stormfront is Homelander's mother, and if Stormfront is still alive. they kind of kept it ambiguous if she's still alive, and obviously there's a lot of evidence that she was, and we never got to see if that was true or if like that theory was true or not, which I was a little disappointed by. I wish they gave us answers to that. Um, I don't want to yap about it for too long, so the last thing I'll talk about is how this it ended. I did like I know a lot of people want to see more members of the boys die, but okay, but actually before I do want to talk about, but I know a lot of people just did not like Butcher's death. I actually saw a funny clip of them doing the what you say like thing, which was kind of funny, but I actually think that was pretty well done. I don't like that he was just like, well, the kid doesn't want me, that my dog's scared, so I'm just gonna commit genocide now. And I think they just kind of rushed it, but it did feel like a satisfying end for his character that Huey was the one who killed him, because that happened in the comic, um, under different circumstances, of course, but yeah, I think that was a good end. Yeah, I feel like for all like the three deaths in the finale, like I think they all were fitting for the character. Deep dying in the water, Homelander dying like a little bitch, and Butcher dying like by like Huey, Huey's hands. But I think the last thing I'll talk about. This is something when I people reviewed it, I haven't heard a lot of people bring it up. Um, but I the last scene, we see that Huey gets a call from the president, and the president's like, "Hey, we're starting like a superhuman affairs bureau because obviously now they're all out of control after Homelander, and they want to pretty much keep them in check now." Huey declines, and he's because we see that he started a small business, electronics business, and we see Starlight, she's pregnant. But what kind of was like, man, that's a little weird was when we find out that he named the baby Robin after his dead girlfriend, which I get the sentiment, but that was just a little weird for me. That was just kind of weird. That had me like kind of like scratching my head like that's weird. I understand the sentiment, but I just find that a little weird in my opinion. But that's just me. I know it probably didn't bother some people because I didn't hear anybody like talk about it, but yeah, so overall, the season, like, I definitely would agree there was a fall off, but I I still liked it at the end. Um, but yeah, um, yeah, it's just like I wish it could have just went in a different direction. I guess they wanted like flip the script or something. I also do wish that they took advice from Cobra Kai and did like basically do another like add like half another season because Cobra Kai. You can say what you want about Cobra Kai, but at least Cobra Kai knew like to add knowing that like, hey, we have so much to wrap up. We need more episodes, but the boys didn't do that. So I think honestly, if the boys added like four more episodes, I think it would have been fine. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say about it. I did enjoy, like I said, I liked it. It's just I right like it was just all right. Like I did like it. Did like some moments. I did like Soldier Boy. I thought Soldier Boy was hilarious in this season. Um, but I yeah, I think overall it's just like I still liked it, but I just wish it went in a different direction personally. Um, and I'm really bummed out that Gen V season 3 got this show got canceled because I did want to see what the world we obviously got some glimpses in the finale, but like I wanted to see what the world and like Vought looks like after some time after the death of Homelander, and I guess we'll never see it until like the Mexico spinoff comes out, which I probably won't watch. But yeah, so thank you for listening to my rambling, and you're probably in the comments uber pissed at me that I gave any sort of praise to this season. Like I said, I've heard all the criticisms. I get it, but I just I approach it. I approach my conclusion differently. I guess I'll say. Um. So yeah, I'm gonna tap Matt on the shoulder now because I am done, and we'll discuss something else.
You done?
Yep, I am done.
Okay. Welcome back to the people who, like me, don't want spoilers for the boys. Were you able to talk about everything you wanted? Okay.
Yeah, like I'm a little tired now.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I didn't hear anything, which was good. So, you know.
I did like non spoiler, and then I went to
Okay,
spoilers.
good. Yeah. You specify like, hey, I'm doing non-spoil stuff first.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and I did like I think I did a countdown too. Like
Okay.
I did like the 3, 2, 1, run away.
Yeah. Get out of here. But yeah, I do myself. So want to watch. Wow, that was like two stats of like two things I wanted to say, but I do want to watch The Boys because I've already watched the first season. I've already watched one
I
half of the second
Yeah, you
season,
watched like the half of the second season.
and it's not because I didn't like it. It's just when I watch, and it's a really weird reason, and I get that's weird, but like when I watch shows, I usually prefer to eat. Um, but
It's the medieval or the medieval urge to have
yeah,
entertainment while I
it's
eat.
it's there's like so many scenes to me, and this isn't why I stopped watching. It's just I sincerely just got
Was it
I just started focusing on other things, and I just
was it the gore?
no, it was just like I just don't like drama and like awkward moments in shows.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how to explain it, but like The Boys has like a lot of moments which is like, oh, that's so cringe. Like that's gonna like come back to like bite Huey or something. And it's just like stuff
Whoa.
like that happened. Where it's just like I don't enjoy eating while I'm like watching like dramas. Like I don't mind dramas in general, right? Like I don't
Mhm.
mind it at all. It's just I like to watch stuff when I eat food, but I just it has to be something specific, and if like I feel like a certain way when I watch stuff, this might be like one of the more artistic things about me. It's just I can't eat. I can't. It's just it's weird. I get it. I know it's weird, but that's just the way it is. So I don't know how to explain it fully, but that's pretty much a part of the reason why I stopped watching it. Not the full reason. Like I said, I pretty much started focusing on different things
Yeah,
around the time
yeah.
I was watching it, but
It's just like, it's also just like think that it's just like for me like right now when it comes to shows, it's like I have to like already have been like watching it, and if like new seasons come out that I will like I'll watch episodes. Like I just don't have the energy to like start a new show right now. Like I just don't
yeah.
like.
I mean, I I watched Welcome to Dairy just fine.
hmm
That show was a fantastic watch, but it's not,
I do really am
you know,
excited for Spider-Man Noir though. I am excited for that shit though.
yeah.
That's gonna be fucking peak.
But
I think
yeah,
that's coming out next week.
for the boys, I will hopefully. I'm on vacation this entire week coming up, so hopefully I'll have time to sit down and watch the boys.
Yeah, you got
Um,
a lot of catching up to do.
I do. I have the entire series to kind of catch up
You
on.
technically have two series to watch
Yeah, yeah,
because you had because you I told them the
yeah. You
order. You have
told
to
me.
watch seasons 1, 2, 3. Then you have to watch Gen V season 1. Then watch season 4, and then watch Gen V season 2, and then you watch season 5. And it does suck. And I talked about it in my when I was talking about the boys. I'm like, it definitely sucks ass that there's not going to be a season 3 of Gen V because I did like Gen V. I do fuck with it,
Yeah.
and I did like the characters. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully you do because just like, you gotta, like, you gotta come in with like pretty much an unbiased and open mind with it, though. I definitely think the last season definitely was the weakest, even though I did like it, which I talked about. But you know, it's just like I like what I talked about was just like, I liked it, but I think it could have gone in a different direction.
Yeah,
Personally, I would have done it. I would have done it differently
yeah.
because they kind of like did like a lot of stuff that like I just think was just I'm just like I don't like the direction they went with that. But yeah. It does, and like now it's even though it's been like a few days, I'm still like it's still hitting me. I'm like, damn, this show's fucking over, man.
Hmm.
Like
Because
man,
they're in
I'm
it for a while.
like man, like
I
we're
think
not
it.
gonna get any
I think it started like around the time.
before COVID.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
like just after us getting out of high school. So it's been
um,
running for a while.
yeah, and I'm like, damn, like we're not gonna get any more funny Homelander memes.
Yeah,
Like, that's just that was always something you look forward to at a new season. Like, oh, what fucking Homelander reaction image are we gonna get out of this one?
yeah.
And now it's over. And yeah, like it's been hitting me like the past few. Like, god damn, this show's fucking over, man. Like, shit.
Well, it's good that it was able to have a conclusion in general.
Yeah.
I feel like studios nowadays are just so like trigger happy with like canceling shows for no fucking good reason.
Yeah.
Um, why'd
Yeah.
you laugh? Does it have to do with anything?
It's just because you were like right.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like so at the very least, even if you don't like the ending, at the very least, be happy that the boys did have an actual
I
ending.
remember seeing some comments being like, "Man, this shouldn't have ended after season 3," and I'm like, "Why? Why would you?" No, because that would if they ended it. It's just like they just. I feel like 5 seasons was enough.
Yeah,
Um, like
it's
I
not
like
too
like I
short.
like I talked about with you, and brought up the video. I just wish they did like maybe 4 more episodes in the last season
Yeah.
to have more time to do shit and wrap things up. That's just my complaint.
'Cause how many episodes per season was
8.
it?
It's 8.
8 per every season?
Yep.
See, that's the reason why I don't get why shows nowadays are just so confined to doing everything in like 8 episodes per season. They should just be able to do like, hey, how many episodes would make sense for this season
Yeah,
with the
and
plot we
I
have?
talked about this like last week or 2 weeks ago. It's also just like I just hate the weekly release schedule. It's just like it
I
just
don't mind it because it builds up hype for the episodes,
but
but
then you have people on fucking YouTube who are just gonna judge the whole season on
and
one
that's their
fucking episode.
problem. Don't listen to them. They're gonna be fucking mindless idiots who complain about everything either way. So it's whatever. Just don't pay any attention to them. Just realized the mic was a little bit far away from me, so yeah, just don't pay attention to them. You know, they suck, like Homelander. And by the way, I did see people on Twitter like saying
Oh, yeah, I brought it up. I'm like, dude,
like people who
right,
actually looked up to him, and it was like if you thought he was the protagonist,
dude.
like
Someone was like, I genuinely saw a tweet today before I went to your house that they edited the Trump assassination picture and put Homelander, and then them like this. This is what the writers shouldn't have done if they actually cared about Homelander. And it's like, what, dude? The fuck?
they should have shown a scene of him fucking those kids.
It's like, yeah, and then like, they what's so funny is like Elon Musk calls it like pathetic with like how they depicted Homelander in the final season, and like the fact that they made fun of him in the last episode, but he was more upset about Homelander just.
Yeah. I think that's just how stupid Elon Musk is that he only just knows that Homelander's like based partially on Trump and
I
like
I would
Daddy
actually
Trump,
I
don't
would
make fun
s-
of him.
I would say he's I would say
I know
actually in
he
the
was like an original character, but I do think that the creators kind of like
yeah,
saw
they
what Trump was
definitely
doing and like they took
definitely it's
inspiration.
more obvious in the last season that yeah, it's definitely more obvious.
Yeah.
That Homelander has always been an allegory for right wing and Trump. I will say in like season 4, I definitely saw some Elon in him in season 4
Mm-hmm.
with how it ended, which I won't get into.
Right.
It's just like when because that season 4 came out in election year, which was really rough because I season 4 the oh my god, like there was really bad timing because one episode wasn't about an assassination and Trump was assassinated that week. Well, not well,
I think
attempted.
I remember
Yeah,
that. I
and they
think
had
I
to put
remember
a they
that.
had to put a disclaimer
I
at the start of the episode.
guess people were too dumb to realize that's
Yeah,
like recorded a while ago.
yeah,
Yeah. It's like, hey, we had nothing to do with the assassination of the president.
yeah.
So the people are so dumb. It's like, yeah, the creators of the boys knew Trump was gonna get assassinated, so
Well, attempted,
yeah, they
attempted.
attempted to get assassinated. So they they inserted it into their show
Yeah,
just for shits and giggles. Just
yeah.
funny.
It's
Yeah,
just like yeah,
so dumb.
it's yeah.
People are
So
so stupid.
it just the amount of times I saw people like who are genuinely like emotionally attached to Homelander as like he was like the hero is just like so
It's
bonkers to
so
me.
telling to
It's
like
so bonkers to me.
who they are as a person, and it shows who the tone deaf retards are because they didn't know that was like towards the end of the series like that Homelander was a parody of Trump. They didn't realize that, and then like when they start to realize, it's like wait a second, they're making fun of Daddy. Why would they do that? It's like, you guys are just catching on now? Jesus fucking Christ. Y'all dumb as
Literally,
hell.
literally a scene that happens at the end of season 3 is literally based on a Trump quote, like for word. Like I don't know how people like did not catch on until like season 5 when
Well,
he's like when it's getting more and more obvious.
I saw a video from like one of the daily shows of like, is this is this a quote from they so like someone from Trevor Noah's show went up to people. His name is Jonan something. I forgot his last name, but like he went up to like Trump supporters in the streets and like he was like, is this a quote from Trump
Or
or
Hitler.
Hitler?
Yeah.
And like they
Yeah.
never could tell, and they're always like, yeah, I agree with that quote. Like it was like a quote that sounded like positive, but like it was actually Hitler who said it. It was not Trump at all. And like, yeah, I agree with that quote. That's definitely Trump, I would think. It's like, nope, it's from Hitler, and they're like, well, are you sure?
You
It's
know
like
what? I kind of agree with him.
it's you know it's they don't hide it. They just don't hide
No,
it.
they don't.
They don't. They don't
Did
care.
you did you watch like Daryl Cooper thing with Tucker Carlson where it's like Winston Churchill was the real villain of World War II, and it's like, and of course he brings up that it was, and it's like it's so obvious like who the guy supports because he was like, I'll tell you why, it was the Jews, it was the Jews, and it's like once you hear like it's the Jews, it's like oh you know which side they're on,
Yeah,
you know.
and I know there's like a lot of stigma about like Jewish people. That is specifically Israel and their government, by the way. It's nothing to do with Jewish people, because yeah, there's a lot of
But they
shitty,
can't, but they don't do that,
but
but they don't blur the line, they they just think it's the same.
yeah, they
I'm pretty
yeah
sure there's a lot of people who are Jewish who like
fucking hate Israel, you know.
don't like Israel, don't like what's happening in Palestine. And I
Yeah,
talked about this before on the channel. I'm like, you can disagree with what's they're doing with what Israel's doing in Palestine and shit, in Gaza, but you don't have to you don't have to support them. You don't have to support them to disagree with it.
right. And objectively, let me just say this, right? There are good people in Israel, and there are shitty people in Palestine.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like what we discussed last podcast, where it's like there's shitty black people, there's good black people, there's good white people, and there's shitty white people, and everything in between. Asian, Hispanic, whatever you want to say. There's just good people everywhere, and there's bad people in the same places. That's just the way that humans are. So, we're not trying to choose a side. We're just saying, like, hey, we realize that, the Israeli government is a fucking asshole piece of shit place that's ran by a bunch of fucking war criminals. And, we also understand that, like, people who live in Israel, there's a good chunk of people who are piece of shits in Israel who actively want to kill the citizens of Palestine. But, I'm sure there's like a good chunk as well who are just like, hey, I don't want to live in a war zone anymore. Let's stop. Like, I don't know. It's just, I'm more of a person who's just like, I don't want people to die.
Yeah.
That's just the way I see things. So, yeah.
Yes, yes. I just love like there's images and descriptions of like mothers carrying the limbs of their dead children in shopping bags, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's totally fine. That's
Well, they
totally
deserved it.
yeah,
The
totally."
child did everything wrong in life.
Yeah.
So, it's just Palestinians. So, fuck you. Like, yeah, they don't deserve it at all. Um, but I hate the people, right, on the opposite side who are always like, you know, Palestinians do nothing wrong. Meanwhile, the person saying that is gay. And God forbid, if they were in Palestine themselves and the Palestinians knew that they were gay, they would be immediately
Aren't
killed.
wait, aren't where originally they were going after Hamas, terrorist organization?
Who?
That was like the whole thing was like it was like Hamas, like the like they were like terrorists or something. They were like doing like fucked up shit.
I don't even know, to be
Yeah,
honest.
but I know it was like Hamas was like
Which country is that? I'm like honest. I don't know. Which country is that based in?
Palestine. I think
Palestine?
yeah,
I thought that
they
was
were
like in
going after
Afghanistan or
Hamas.
some
Yeah, I
shit.
think they were going after Hamas. Yeah, I think like originally Israel was going after
I thought
Hamas.
it was like some other country.
That was the whole thing with like they were
I
holding
might have forgotten
they
about
were
it,
like
but
holding hostages in like a building or something, so they just blew up the building. Even though they had like snipers and shit. This is from what I recall, so it's like don't take what I say like 100% like fact. Like I could be
yeah.
wrong, but that's what I remember
Mm,
hearing was like something that they were like, yeah, so yeah, there's a hostage situation. We're just gonna blow up the fucking building with
yeah.
everybody in it.
Fucking whatever. If they die, they die. Yeah. I know I'm not gonna convince like anyone who has like the opposite opinion of me. I'm just trying to look at it from like a human perspective of like,
Yeah,
hey, innocent people are dying. Like, let's maybe not be a piece of shit about anything about this, and just
yeah,
like be objective about this entire situation going on. But yeah,
yeah,
that's just me.
yeah. Being a Zionist is wild.
Yeah, it is
Oh,
definitely a
oh,
choice.
yeah, but it
Um,
also you can disagree with Zionism and not be support Germany during 1930 and 1940.
yeah. I also just think it's like really fucking insane how Nancy Mace it should just tweets out like, let me see what she said specifically.
What did she say today?
So she tweeted out recently about something about like not supporting other countries. Um so I gotta see this. I gotta see this. Fuck. Um shit. What's the fuck? Okay. Here it is. So this is what Nancy Mace had to say on May
I
20th.
don't even know who that is.
It's like a Republican so US House representative from South Carolina.
Okay.
She is associated with Trump though.
Mm.
By a long shot. But I do know that she's in the government to some extent. So she says America first, and then below that says not Somalia, not India, not China, not anywhere else. And all the comments are going, basically along the lines of, so how about Israel?
Yeah.
And there's a community note from Twitter, because this is on Twitter, of saying like Nancy Mace has prioritized Israel, voting to send aid there instead of America. And if you go to her website, one of the first things you see is how she supports Israel
Yeah.
and says that we should support Israel and send aid there. So it's um fucking wild how these people are in charge and they support Israel over the actual fucking country that they are supposed to represent. So
Yeah, you know, that's a thing that like yeah, that's why a lot of people are thinking like there's gonna be like the American First Party and shit. That they're gonna like take down the Republicans and shit.
yeah,
Like the Nick Fuentes and the Groypers and shit.
I just think like if
Which well, first of all, he's not old enough to run yet.
yeah, he's like fucking our age.
He's like
There's like gonna
20,
be like
he's
a
like 27, 28.
yeah,
Yeah, he's
he has like another decade to go.
yeah.
People are saying like he should run next term,
No, he can't. He's
but there's people saying that he said that, right?
I know there's people who want him to run for president, but he's too young according to the Constitution.
Yeah,
He has to be 35.
yeah. So let's let him get to 35 first, and then y'all can start being like, contest for president. Like it's just you can do whatever you want with Fantas in the future, but he's still not of age to be
Yeah,
president.
that's
So
why. That's why. That's why back in 2016. That's why D's nuts
yeah,
because they found out he was like like a 16-year-old kid. So it's like he couldn't run, couldn't genuinely run.
it's fucking wild.
That was like, which was funny. That was literally the only reason. It wasn't that he wrote like these nuts or anything. It was
Yeah,
just like, oh, he's too
actually
young.
16. If you were 36 or
Yeah,
something, maybe
yeah,
sure, but you're 16, so no. Oh my god.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember that was the funniest shit back in 2016, but now realizing like that was part of the reason why Trump actually won back then. It's like, wow,
Everyone
okay.
was voting for these
Yeah,
nuts.
it's like, okay, guys, sure. Yeah, it's fucking wild.
Not really. It's also just another thing. It's just like so far in our obviously now like especially with us in voting age, we just don't have we just never had good candidates in my opinion. I think
Since
that
we were able to vote.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, none of the
And
none
I
of the
just
good ones made it to the
and I
primaries.
yeah, and I just I just feel like we always have the same two parties. I
Yeah.
we need more variety.
The only time I actually supported like a presidential nominee was like Andrew Yang. That's it.
Andrew Yang.
Yeah. He was in the 2020
Mm.
election, but he didn't. He was Asian, so they didn't really like take him seriously. And he let it be known that even though I'm not really a full-on supporter of him anymore, he was one of the first people who I believe, from what I've heard, was like actually an advocate for like speaking out against AI back then. So
Mm.
fair props to him. If he runs again, like if he speaks to me, I will support him. But he's Asian,
I
so
really,
I'm not saying like, oh, he's Asian.
I
I'm just
really
saying
don't
like,
know what 2028 is even gonna look like.
yeah, who fucking knows at this point? I
It's so up in the air on both
I
sides.
was just so genuinely confused this past election of like there weren't fucking primaries or
Yeah,
like
yeah, that criticism is fair that they did not do primaries. That Kamala just automatically
like
got the
for either party, like
yeah.
they just both just gave up. Like, yeah,
They didn't do Republican primaries.
no, it's just fucking Trump only.
Oh,
Like, yeah, I get it that like those were the main two that were gonna make it probably either way, but
Well, it
Like,
was
get in
just
there.
obviously, Biden was going for re-election
He gave
originally.
up
Then
though.
he dropped
Like,
out.
he gave up like too late.
Then he did like
He didn't.
the turn back, like it was like like it
Yeah,
was like some fucking movie or something. Like, I'll be
yeah.
back, maybe.
I have to eat some ice cream first.
Yeah, I gotta get some ice
Gotta
cream. I want some ice cream.
get my energy for next time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I really don't. Yeah, so because I talked about this before, because it's like obviously if we don't like the obviously the Republican Party is going in a completely different direction right now.
Yeah.
Um, so we don't. So it could. I will say it. I will say most definitely, because he is the vice president, that Vance will definitely be like,
A consideration.
or he will just win, or he'll just get
Yeah, if Trump
the
is like,
primary.
because you know, if Trump is still alive in 2028, that he's still going to probably try and be president. Let's just get that out of the way. Like, he will still run.
It's it's in the Constitution that he can't do more than two
He's
terms,
gone. He's
and if they try to overturn it, they need to like, it's really hard to get a new amendment passed in the Constitution, which rightfully so. They made it difficult for a reason. So they would have to get both like Democrats and Republicans on board to let Trump to overturn that amendment. So to make a new amendment to overturn that amendment.
he's already done
So
some like
why would Democrats agree with that?
like I know what you're saying, but like he's already done some wild shit. I feel
Yeah,
like that it's not far fetched in the future that something will happen where he's able to run for a third term. Is what I'm trying to just say.
yeah,
I just, you know, it is a genuine concern.
yeah. But like I said, it's in the Constitution. But
Yeah,
I feel like
no, for sure.
Trump's gonna
I do get that.
he might figure out a loophole or
Yeah,
something to get him to a third term, which, you know, like, well, I guess we'll see. I mean, I don't really like the idea of like a third term. Like,
unless it's a situation with FDR where like the president is actively doing well and it's a wartime situation.
mm, yeah, it was wartime, but
But
you
that's
know,
a very specific case.
he still ended up dying in office anyway.
Did he? I thought he
Yeah,
finished his last term.
no, he died.
His fourth term?
He died during World War II. He died like the last few months. I think
Who was his vice?
him, Truman.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Truman took
That's
over.
the only reason why. Yeah. Okay.
Truman took over. Yeah, because Truman was the one who oversaw the atomic bombs to end the war.
Well, in general.
I'm pretty sure FDR and Hitler died in the same month. It was like they both died in like March or April or something. And then
But I
the war
believe that
ended.
I
And
believe FDR, if I'm not mistaken, died first, so he
yeah,
wasn't able to see Hitler die,
I think so. Yeah,
which is highly unfortunate. He should have been alive to
Hitler
hear
did.
that.
Hitler did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I would. The only like, if I was like alive in that time period, I would have also been totally fine if Theodore Roosevelt got his third term. I would have been totally cool with
Yeah.
that.
Honestly, if your name is Roosevelt, you fucking go to, you know?
Yeah, I would have definitely put. Yeah, I would definitely would have. I would have been okay with it because we
Yeah.
wouldn't have gotten Woodrow Wilson, and
Yeah.
I don't.
Anyone would have been better than Woodrow Wilson.
Yeah,
I follow
even though it's his, even though that's like the one thing is like we got Woodrow Wilson because of Theodore Roosevelt's fucking arrogance. Because
yeah.
you know he was like, well, I didn't get the Republican primary. I'm gonna start my own party, and that's gonna cause the Republicans to split the vote, which means Wilson would won. And yeah, Mister. I know, like I know a lot of people like are like which president's paralleling Trump, but I see a lot of Woodrow Wilson and Trump with his second term. You know the he kept us out of war. then immediately gets us into war.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we're with Iran right now.
Yeah.
Even though Trump was like, I'm ending all wars, no more
No
wars.
more wars. I'm the most
And
peaceful
then
president.
that's what Joe Wilson's whole campaign was. He's keeping us out of the war. Literally, like a month into his presidency, he's like, "Yeah, we're going to war. We're gonna declare war on Germany now."
Yeah.
It's totally cool. I'm gonna segregate the government.
Yeah. And by the way, fuck blacks.
That's right. Yeah,
Just to state that.
I gotta state that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there are stories of like a black man in like the office, and which was to be like, "How dare you talk to me like that? I'm the president. How dare you talk to
You would say that.
me?"
I believe it.
Yeah, he would. Like, how
Mhm.
dare you? I'm the president.
Even if like
I'm
there
the
isn't like an official record, I believe if there was a black guy in there, he would just generally say that to him.
and being like, man, I saved the. And then after like the war is over, he's just like, man, I did that all by myself. I saved the world. I did it all by myself. It was all me. I'm so awesome. I'm so cool.
Yep. Woodrow Wilson. There's a reason oh my god. There's a reason why my initials have WW.
Because I got
I
the
get all
W.
the dubs. Even my middle initials W. So go to www.com.
No,
No, Woodrow. Fucking this bit is over. Can we end the podcast?
sure we can end.
I mean, unless you have something else to say, but I'm really fucking embarrassed right now.
Well, his name is actually Thomas. His name was Thomas Woodrow Wilson, so it was his middle initial.
I want to put it past him to be a fucking liar. Fucking of course. So his middle name was fucking Woodrow.
I think so, yeah.
Can't
Yeah,
fucking trust
his
people.
name was actually, yeah.
Can't fucking trust anybody these days. Not even fucking Woodrow Wilson. Fucking unbelievable.
I can't believe I can't trust the guy the guy who brought the clan back.
Yeah. You think you know a guy, but then his fucking middle name is actually Woodrow, and his first name is Thomas.
I fucking love when people like try to defend him being like he when he screamed Birth of the Nation, I'm like, he didn't know that movie. Like, bro, he literally got his own quote in the movie.
Yeah.
How did he not know? How did he not know what this was about?
If you are either a defender of Trump and or Wilson, I know what kind of person you are, and I want you to know that I fucking despise you.
He didn't know. He didn't know. Even though the movie, there's like a quote from him in the movie, which they probably had to get permission for.
And he probably was like, yeah. Oh,
Oh,
please.
let's fucking go.
Please, just say the N-word, please. Just say all the N-words that you can. Just, oh my god. It's, growing up is like, wow, America's a good nation. I'm not saying, like, in general, like, America's, like, the worst nation possible, but, like,
No,
we're, like,
not.
we're taught that, like, America's, like, the best country in the world
Yeah,
that fought against the Nazis, but always in
single-handedly.
history, like, America fights against itself over the most, like, solvable issues
Yeah.
of like, hey, we should stop slavery, but then half the other part of the
Nuh-uh.
nation is like, nope, actually,
Nuh-uh.
fuck the nig. Like,
Nuh-uh.
we like them being worked to death and beating them to death.
I will never like I feel like just as like terrible for how they were treated after they were free from slavery, just as much as them being enslaved.
Yeah,
Like,
because
it
they
was
weren't
fucking
even.
rough.
Yeah, like they couldn't drink water and shit, and
No, they were getting shot dead in the fucking street.
being lynched and
Getting
all that.
lynched, fucking being broken into houses, being intimidated to not vote or to not take government positions in state government. Like what the fuck, guys? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, and like I've talked about before, like man, like there are still motherfuckers today who are trying to just. I see it with the like right wingers being like, if you went down to the Caribbean, the life expectancy for a slave was much worse. They were better off being slaves in America. It's like, brother, they should not have been slaves at all.
Yeah.
Why?
How about nobody is slaves and nobody has slaves?
Yeah, and it's like, and they're like, and it's like it's always the same talk about like it was black people who were selling them as slaves. Like, dog, they were buying. Yeah, they were fucking scumbags. We get it.
Yeah, both
But who
people
fucking like
involved in the deal
yeah
were fucking scumbags.
yeah?
It's like
Someone
nothing should have
someone
been
was
happening.
somebody was selling people and somebody was buying people. Like it was like
Both are objectively terrible.
why does it matter if they were black or not?
Like fucking whatever.
Like
Like
the woke liberals think slavery was an American issue. Nobody says that. They try to say like a bunch of liberals think like slavery only happened in America. Like nope. Anyone who picks up a book or goes online, researches history, well no, that's not the fucking
it's like
case.
the classic Trump supporter finding out for the first time in his 50 years of life, like, oh my god, it's actually taking place in Japan as well? Wow, see that? It was fucking else in the rest of the world.
You
That
guys
doesn't
know it's
matter.
really bad in the Middle East. Yeah, it's fucking bad. Who cares?
Slavery is bad anyway.
Slavery is bad.
Flash.
Newsflash.
Hot take, but I think slavery might not be good. Just in
Yeah.
general. Like, I don't know, just a little
I don't
hunch
know.
I
I
have.
don't know, man.
Debatable. Argue with a wall.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, like that fucking Matt Walsh documentary. Like, goddamn, that's all it was just like, you see, they did it too.
You see, it was actually the black people who were
Yeah.
participating. It's like, okay, fuck them too, whatever. Just shit. Jesus fucking Christ.
Matt Walsh and his fucking terrible takes.
Let it be known. I forgot if it was fucking Matt Walsh who, like, not
He
for
tried
the
to.
slavery, but like he enjoyed the fucking Cuties documentary. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure he defended that and said like he liked it. It was that
He also
Cinco.
made a terrible video. He was like, "I think rock music is dead. It's all about the." He was like trying to blame it on black people without saying it was black people because he was talking about like urbanization and shit. It's like, yeah, you mean black people, like
Yeah.
yeah. We don't have bands like Nirvana and you know Radiohead anymore, and it's like, dog, maybe you should like get out of your fucking like bubble and go listen to actual like bands like good like I think rock music is at its best right now, and it's like
Yeah. There's like a ton of underground bands
yeah,
you can listen to.
I love finding new bands. It's like so good.
These bands I hear for the first time
I'm like,
every now and then.
whoa. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Just
I love supporting like smaller artists.
go out there and listen to new music. It's
Yeah.
there's a lot of music that you'll like if
It's
you just find
and
it.
I just when I hear this and I'm thinking back and I'm like when I heard like Matt Walsh like that take and I'm like, aren't these the same fucking conservatives who think like the rock music is devil's music? Like, and now you're going out to defend it, and it's like the fuck?
Because they look back at the good times and how
Yeah,
right it was.
yeah, that's how the rock music. Yeah, that's just how it's always been. When they were growing up, it was like the rock music I grew up with, which was like with them was like when hearing from the parents was probably like Elvis. Then like now when they were growing up in the '90s with like Nirvana and like the grunge and stuff, Nirvana, Radiohead, like all those bands. And then like now it's like now they're like even though I think rock music is at its like best right now and it's pretty much at its like renaissance right now, but okay, but yeah, it's totally dead and you want to blame like rap music and shit on it. But you really mean black people. You really just want to say black people, but you'll get shit for it.
No one is forcing you to listen to rap music.
Yeah.
Just go on Spotify and choose the genres you like. There's an option not to choose rap.
Mine's like literally a mix of like the heaviest metal like possible, and then some like Lady Gaga.
I like all types of music, even rap. Like if it sounds good, then I like it.
Yeah, like
that's my criteria.
I got like a mix of like Kesha, like Lady Gaga, Gracie Abrams. Like it's good shit.
Yeah. I enjoy listening to everything as long as it doesn't sound like trash or it isn't country. Or fucking Indian music or that shit.
Indian music.
Yeah, fucking.
Yeah, the like
It
that's
doesn't
just
sound like
yeah.
Al.
I actually because I was talking about because I my cousins know about it. And both my cousins are heavily into music, specifically rock music. I'm like, did you guys hear like when Mash Walsh said that rock was dead? And they were like, who's Matt Walsh? And I'm like,
Just two completely
yeah,
different worlds.
yeah.
There's just so many
And I
people.
had to explain like, yeah, he was just I'm like, yeah, he's just this guy who made this really terrible take that rock music is dead, and we were all like kind of agreeing that like, no, it's not dead. I don't know why. I don't know why he'd say that. It's just him being like, well, we don't have the good bands anymore. It's like,
But we do.
yeah,
You just aren't finding
you're
them.
just in your echo chamber.
Yeah. Playing about rap music at all times. It's like,
Oh, it's fucking rap music. It's all the urbanization and the urbanization that's killing rock music, man. It's like, no, the fuck.
nobody's calling fucking
It's
rock
just
music.
because like it's also just because like it's also because like I've heard it like this with like I watched a debunk video about it. It's just like it's those like bands that are like already popular that are getting their reasons and shit. Like the smaller bands are like struggling to like
Yeah.
get like good venues and shit for for like concerts and shit. So it's like really not their fault that like all these like old geezers who are still like who should be retiring by now. I'm pretty sure Kiss has like retired like three fucking times or three or five times and then like come back.
Yeah.
And then like Motley Crue needs to retire really badly. Like I'm sorry, but
Who does?
Motley Crue, that's like 80s.
Might have heard some of their songs, but I don't know them by name.
I don't know the band, but like my relatives are into like Motley Crue and
Yeah.
so. But I remember watching a video about how they were like, how they like how like the lead is like out of shape and shit, and
Uh
like
huh.
they're like the last like song they put out was like really bad.
Uh huh.
Um, and they're like, yeah, just they need to like retire already.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Kiss is like coming, even though I think one member just died like a year or two ago. They're like doing like I think they're like doing some like event thing.
Yeah, hot take. If like a member of like a band dies, that's it.
Yeah,
That's it. The band is those guys specifically.
Lincoln Park.
Yeah, yeah. Linkin Park should not be making music without the singer,
Chester Bennington,
Chester.
the
Yeah,
fucking legend. Yeah, yeah.
it's
It's like
let's not
yeah, it was
let's
such
not do that.
them bringing back Lincoln Park um with a lead singer who has ties to Scientology and allegedly defended a convicted rapist
Yeah,
um was not a great idea. And I
not
will
a good
yeah.
look for them. Completely ruining the legacy of the band,
Yeah, it was
and just
yeah,
because they wanted to continue it.
they just wanted money.
Yeah,
That's all they wanted. They just wanted money. Like I literally will not like I only like one or two songs that I've heard from like the new Linkin Park, but it's just like I'm not gonna like I don't want to support them because I
yeah,
think the band shouldn't have been like because Chester was such a huge part of the band and like
yeah.
just them trying to replace him was just
It's not okay to do.
yeah I'm not
Also, it's still like, when did he die? Right? Like,
2017. I remember where I was when I
yeah,
found out he died. I was at my yeah I was actually at my uncle's house, the one that's really into music, and like he was like he found out and then he told me and it's like dude like Chester Bennington died and I'm like wait what and I'm like I think I kind of was like who's that and he's like oh he was the lead singer of Linkin Park and I felt like the darkness like
yeah,
come in and I'm like oh no I'm like are you serious and like fucking sucked
yeah,
and I it's also really pisses me off that like now like Chester Bennington like era like Linkin Park is now considered classic rock music that they'll play on the classic rock radio. That's just that just shows I'm now old as shit now.
yeah. That's please don't make that classic rock. It's not.
Yeah, yeah, please don't. Yeah,
Classic rock is anything before like the '90s.
They do play 90s, but like now that they're playing like early like 2000s now, it's like
Yeah,
I'm like no,
it's
don't do
not
that.
really
Don't do
classic
that.
in general, but
Don't do that to me.
yeah. Um, yeah, it's rough. But
Yeah.
anything else?
No, I think that's gonna do it. I
Yeah.
mean,
So thank you for listening to us ramble on about politics. And Linkin Park at the end. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next podcast or next video, and that will do it. Bye bye.
goodbye.